On the Tactic Sports Network, Assistant Sports Information Director Greg Tadish. We are at the half, and our at the half segment today, Alassane Ba is our guest. After another tough one to open conference play a couple of days ago on Thursday, Al, it's good to see you. I appreciate you sitting in, and just kind of give me your thoughts on what went down Thursday against Central Baptist and how that game went compared to what you guys had game planned for.
Thank you so much for having me. So when we played Central Baptist, we definitely knew we were going to be playing a good team, and they obviously have a lot of talented players. So we had game planned to hopefully try to contain their three-point shooting as much as possible, but we did have a lot of trouble with their press, especially in the first half. So we definitely have to adjust, and hopefully in our upcoming conference games we'll do a lot better with presses and stuff like that.
I don't nearly do as much game prep as you guys do, but I did some research for the game note sheet that I put together, and I did note that three particularly of their guys were really good perimeter shooters. You obviously knew that coming in, having just talked about it and watched game film and whatnot. Why were they so difficult to contain from perimeter? Because that and turnovers early were what kind of dug the big hole for you.
Yeah, I think with a team like that, they do take a lot of shots that we don't usually see, and they have a lot of really good shooters. So we game plan for it, but it's just more about being ready in the moment. And I think they also hit some pretty difficult shots that just were going in the other day. So
you're an interesting guy because you fill a bunch of different roles. You play a lot on the interior, kind of a rim protector kind of guy on defense, on offense. I've also seen you bring the ball down the floor on offense, and people might look at your height and say, I shouldn't be handling the ball, and yet you play down low in the post on the offensive side. Where are you most comfortable on the floor, especially I guess I'm talking offense, because you look okay handling the ball and bringing it down, but I'm not sure if that's what you want to be doing.
Yeah, so I definitely love playing inside, but we did notice with CBC that they were leaving their big man back in the press, so it's usually easier for me to bring the ball up the court, and I'm definitely comfortable doing that when I need to. I just love helping out the team, so it's whatever works.
I thought on Thursday you guys got beat on the boards on some rebounds you probably shouldn't have. What has your defensive approach been like through the first four games? I know you're still looking for win number one. Have you been happy with what you've been doing on the interior? Not you personally, but the team on the interior trying to rebound the basketball? Because I thought Thursday was a little bit of a lackluster performance.
Yeah, I do think we definitely need work in that area, and it's more about just doing stuff as a team. I think we have a lot of guys who work really hard to get rebounds and box out, but just making sure we can execute the plan as a team and secure the boards. So.
Now, I know you're a tall guy, but you're also, for those that haven't seen you, you're a thin guy. How much would you love to put like 30 more pounds on? Because if you're trying to play inside with some of these bigger guys, CBC rolled out some 6'8" guys that were pretty wide body and had you out muscled, at least in terms of overall weight. Can you put like 30 more pounds on? Would you like that?
Yeah, it would be nice, but it's definitely makes it harder guarding them. I just have to work really hard. So.
I talked with Trey Many ahead of the game earlier this week, and we were talking about the fact that I think we were 0-3 coming into that game, whatever. Maybe it was for the CBC game. And I asked him, are you guys at a spot where you have to have a win and get rid of that goose egg that's sitting there staring you in the face in the W column? And his answer was, we're not there now. We're not there yet, but we're starting to feel it a little bit. I'm kind of paraphrasing. Are you in a spot right now at 0-4 where this team just needs a win to erase that zero and kind of get some feel good going?
Yeah, I definitely think now that we're in conference play, every win matters. So every time we're going into a game, we're going in there with the mentality that we need this win. And I think if we keep that mentality and keep improving, that it's going to be the best way for our team to move forward. So.
Al Ba, our guest on the At the Half segment. Just give me the state of where you feel you're at right now at 4 games into the year. I mean, obviously, record not where you want it. Are things trending, though, the right way? Are you guys practicing the right way? Are you still talking about the right things? Is the vibe still good in the building amongst the team?
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of young players who are still learning too. And one thing I have been happy with is every game we come in with high morale, high energy, and everybody wants to work and put in the effort together. And then I also do think the exhibition game we had where we got the chance to experience just competing and winning and playing the way we want was definitely a big help in boosting the morale again, and we can use that moving forward. So.
I'm glad you mentioned the young guys because I meant to ask you about that. We talked with Mackenzie Shearding for the girls' game today prior to this men's matchup, and we were talking about rotationally the women are just same starting five. They kind of know the plan. They're running the same people in. It's the same kind of mixture. I get the sense that Coach Brown is still searching for the right chemistry of guys on the floor. He's changing starting lineups. He's matching up different groups within the guys that are subbing in and out. Do you get a better vibe with a different group of guys than other? Because it seems like you're still searching for the right thing that kind of makes it all sort of click.
Yeah, I definitely do think it's a little challenging for us right now because we lost a lot of players after last season, and especially a lot of guards. But, I'm always comfortable playing with Grant and Mason. I have some experience playing with them. And then it's really nice seeing a lot of our new freshman players. Joe and Landon have been doing really good adjusting to the team. And I think when we find the people they play with right and just get more comfortable playing with each other, it's going to go a long way.
I like my proximity on game day. I sit right at the table, right at your guys' bench, so I get to hear a lot of the conversation. And I also get to notice that it appears, and maybe this is just the way you guys operate and you kind of know what's going on, it doesn't seem like a lot of the offensive sets are scripted. At least Coach Brown isn't yelling out different plays and stuff like that. Is that by design? Are you guys really freelancing on offense that much, or are you kind of just reading what the defense does and you know what you're supposed to do based on that?
Yeah, so Coach Brown has taught us a lot of different plays, and sometimes we'll yell them out, but he does expect us to be able to all identify the play we should get into in different situations on the court and be able to just flow into it. That way we're not eating up the shot clock, slowing down and waiting for Coach to say something. So like I said, just the team working together and making sure we can flow into those all perfectly every time is really what we're working towards right now.
I noticed you tried to put a couple down against CBC. How fun is it to dunk? I always wish I could have dunked in high school.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. It's something I look forward to every time I get on the court, and I hope it helps get the team going when we're down in times like that. So.
Conference play. We've had a lot of discussions about it. Now you're in it, and I'm sensing that you echo the same sentiments as some of the other guys. I know Jason Udalisa, we talked about it. Trey Many, we talked about it. Conference play is a bigger deal for you than some of the regular season stuff?
Most definitely. I feel like this is really the area where we get to prove ourselves. I know last year we weren't really looked at as a team who's going to get a lot of conference wins, and we surprised a lot of teams. I think it's just hopefully carrying that on and proving ourselves to a lot of the other teams we play every year is a really cool thing to do. So.
I know some of the common average fans might just look at the team and say, 0-4. I mean, it's not a great start to the season. Has there been things that have gone right? Have there been things that you've been happy with through the first 4 games, even though games when the buzzer goes off and you look up, you're not on the right side of the score? But have there been good things this season?
Yeah, I definitely think something I've noticed is that when we go and talk about things that go wrong in certain games, I've seen us turn around and correct those things right away. And I think if we can start to just kind of put the pieces together as the games go on and stay focused, that we'll be able to see a lot better results in the upcoming games.
I'm Assistant Sports Information Director Greg Tadish. This is Al Ba. That's your At the Half segment. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Back to the College Cast crew coming up in a moment.